up on Fulton Today. Juvenile court adds 2 new jurors to the bench. We'll hear from them. And the Fulton County Sheriff's Office makes a first with the newest members of its K-9 unit. Fulton Today is next.
From the Government Center in downtown Atlanta, you're watching Fulton Today with Shania Chavis.
Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis. The number of judges presiding over a division of one of the state's busiest courts has grown by 2. Associate Judge Juliet Scales and Willie Lovett have been officially appointed to the juvenile court bench.
According to the Constitution and laws of Georgia.
And that I will support.
And that I will support.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
And of this state.
And of this state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations again.
Congratulations and welcome to Fulton Today, Judge Scales and Judge Lovett.
Hi, Shania. Thanks for having me.
Hi, Shania. Thanks for having me.
Well, neither of you are strangers to the justice system. Can you let our viewers know a little bit about your backgrounds?
My legal background consists of primarily focusing on child welfare law. I have been in private practice. I've also worked in the district attorney's office as well as a child advocate. Prior to becoming an associate judge, was a special assistant attorney general representing the Department of Family and Children Services here in Fulton County, and have served as an associate judge for about 10 years now.
My most relevant legal experience came through Fulton County. I started out in the office of the county attorney, and the biggest case I handled there was the Kenny A.V. Purdue case, which ultimately created the Office of the Child Attorney, where I am now serving as the director for the past 4 years.
And Judge Scales, I know that you served as an associate judge for the court for over 10 years. What do you think is the biggest misconception about juvenile court?
Well, Shania, I think the biggest misconception with juvenile court is that juvenile court's often seen maybe even as kiddie court, as a lesser court. In fact, it is a court that encompasses a number of different issues. Most families that come before the court come to the court with a number of different problems. There may be problems involving mental health. There may be problems involving educational issues, homelessness, drug addiction. We face all of those issues and try to determine what might be best suited for children and families.
And Judge Lovett, you had been serving as the director of the Office of the Child Attorney. What did you find was the greatest need there?
What I found very interesting about working in the Office of the Child Attorney is that you had dedicated professionals making sure that the child's wishes entered into the case and became a factor in the case prior to the judge making the decision.
And either or both of you can answer this. Earlier this month, Governor Deal signed into law sweeping reforms to the state's juvenile justice code. What do you guys think about that?
Well, the code will be effective as of January of 2014. So we have from now until then to develop the strategies that are necessary to implement the law in the best way possible. There is an ongoing process at this time of addressing the needs that the court will have that are not filled at this time in order to be ensured that we are in compliance. But it is going to be a challenge to work towards that, and I expect that there will be ongoing amendments to what has been done here in the court in order to ensure that we are successful.
Yeah, I see the new code as like completely changing the way that the juvenile court will operate. There's going to be more of an emphasis in both the dependency side as well as the delinquency side on rehabilitation, community programs, community partnerships, and actually making families well as opposed to locking kids up or placing them in foster care for the rest of their lives. So I'm really, really excited about the potential positive outcomes from the new code.
Well, Judge Juliet Scales and Judge Willie Lovett, congratulations again, and thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me.
Some Fulton County residents get a close-up look at one of the major components of the Fulton County Sheriff's Office, the county jail.
All right, here we go, folks.
It was all a part of the Sheriff's Citizens Academy. The 6-week community program gave residents a better understanding of the day-to-day operations of the county jail. Students got a look at some of the high-tech equipment used during security rounds.
We have to have the capability of detecting those contraband cell phones.
They also toured the booking division, screening area, fingerprinting, and the medical unit. The class also included stops at the kitchen services area and inmate housing. For many of the students, it was an eye-opener.
I didn't realize that it took so much knowledge to run a jail. Not only the size and the people it takes to run it, but the inmates, how many there are. And also, I was very impressed with not only the people, but the cleanliness of the jail, the way they run everything so professional.
The 6-week program ended with a graduation ceremony. Well, it is official. 2 new additions to the Sheriff's K-9 division are sworn in, and one of them is assigned to the Sheriff's first ever female handler. FGTV's Tracy Flanagan has the story.
After 9 weeks of training, Sheriff Ted Jackson delivered the oath of office to the newest members of his K-9 unit and presented the badges to the partners, Deputy Adam Gardner and Zoom.
18 years as a police officer, this is definitely the most exciting and rewarding thing I've ever done.
And the sheriff's first female K-9 handler, Deputy Jacqueline Underwood and Duke.
Being the first female as a dog handler is exciting.
These new K-9s are no rookies. The 5-year-old black male Labrador retrievers are former Marine dogs. K-9 Duke and K-9 Zoom are Afghanistan veterans. Duke did 1 tour of duty. Zoom did 3.
They are both trained in explosive detections. They also can detect shell casings, things of that nature.
The new K-9 officers underwent 4 weeks of training to help them make the transition from the military to law enforcement service. They also spent 5 weeks of training with their new partners and now live with their families.
Duke is amazing. Duke, he's amazing. I mean, you know, to get a dog to just listen to what you say, tell him to sit, we're getting ready to work, he's working. It's amazing. It's wonderful. I like it.
As a police officer, he's the best partner I've ever had.
The K-9s were a gift from the military. They have donated 3 K-9s to the sheriff's office in the last 2 years.
It's really exciting when we have the relationship with the military that they're willing to give us, donate to us when they no longer need their dogs or their equipment, and we can always use it in the county to save taxpayers money.
Zoom and Duke will join the Belgian Malinois Marco in the sheriff's K-9 unit. Marco is assigned to the unit's commander, Sergeant Henry. He is trained to detect illegal drugs and apprehend and track fugitives.
Well, they help us when we get bomb threats, we're able to respond. Rather than having to call another agency and wait for somebody to come, then we're able to respond. And as the Sheriff's Office for Fulton County, we're also able to help other agencies inside of the county when they have that need as well.
For now, the new K-9s are on the streets, helping keep the county safe. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Tracy Flanagan.
Thank you very much, Tracy. Well, public safety was a part of the lesson plan for students attending Fulton County Citizens University. Week 7 of the 10-week interactive program was spent with code enforcement and the police department. Assistant Police Chief Gary Stiles gave an overview of his department and code enforcement, which is now under its division. Then the class turned interactive. Students took on the roles to protect themselves in a computer-generated crime scenario. And witnessed a simulated sniper rescue. Students also got a close-up look at the department's other high-tech equipment like the helicopter, command vehicles, and special ops truck.
I thought it was kind of interesting to be in something like this, especially at my age. I think it'll be a great course, and I really think that every citizen should come to this course. And I think that anybody who's interested in working for government should come to this course. I mean, I just think it's a great course all the way around.
Next week, FCCU students will join Commissioner William Bill Edwards at his quarterly listening session. A Fulton County police officer is being honored for going above and beyond the call of duty.
It's an honor to have the opportunity to present you with this medal.
Police Chief Cassandra Jones presented Corporal David Williamson with the Medal of Merit. The veteran police officer was working a traffic detail on Roswell Road when a woman in a passing car went into labor.
This car comes racing over to the side where I was on the side of the road. And the father jumps out of the car and he goes, "We're having a baby." I say, "Okay." Hospital's right down that way. Hanging right on Dunwoody Place to 400. And Northside Hospital's right down there. You take Hollis Cobb Drive. And I said, "No, we're having a baby right now."
Corporal Williamson and the father delivered the baby, and he was taken to a nearby hospital.
It seemed like a million years before that ambulance showed up, but me and Dad, we did a great job as a team.
Officer Williamson says it was his first roadside delivery, but as the father of 5, he knows a little bit about the process. By the way, the family named the baby for the officer. David is now his middle name. And still to come, young golfers hit the links for a worthy cause. We'll tell you all about it in our district-by-district coverage next.
You're watching Fulton Today.
An international tourism commissioner stops by the county to extend an invitation to all residents, and seniors pay tribute to their friends and their colleagues. Here's this week's district-by-district coverage.
We begin in District 1 with the United States Virgin Islands Tourism Commissioner paying a visit to County Commission Chair John Eves. Commissioner Beverly Nicholson Doty was in town for a week, promoting her islands, an ideal tourist destination for Georgia residents. Tourism is a major contributor to the island's economy. According to the CIA World Factbook, tourism accounts for more than 70% of the island's gross domestic product and funds 70% of its employment.
I believe that, there's such a linkage between Fulton County and Georgia and the U.S. Virgin Islands. We have so many Virgin Islanders that live in Georgia, so we think that it's a key market for our tourism. And then with the direct flights from Delta into the Virgin Islands, it just makes it a very easy getaway.
Chairman Eves has played host to several international visitors, recently including those from Brazil and Nigeria. In District 3, the Fulton Education Foundation challenges golfers to a game for a good cause. The 18th annual 4 Kids Golf Classic attracted more than 200 golfers. A Fulton Education Foundation board member says more than 35 corporations sponsored the event, and they hope to generate about $100,000 from the fundraiser.
This is basically a fundraiser. This is our biggest fundraising event for the year, and the Fulton Education Foundation is a nonprofit organization that helps support Fulton County schools basically through raising money that we end up giving back to Fulton County schools through programs that we put on.
District 3 Commissioner Liz Hausman, a former Fulton County School Board member, says this program is beneficial for students in Fulton County.
We support this effort by the Fulton Education Foundation to help underprivileged children within our Fulton County school system.
This fundraiser also supports Fulton County school system programs like the Legacy for Excellence luncheon to honor educators and a retirement dinner for school system faculty members. In District 5, the Harriet G. Darnell Senior Multipurpose Facility launches a 15-week health program for women ages 55 and over.
It's such an honor to be able to provide services for seniors, because seniors 55 and over, we're seeing that population increase. And in centers such as the Darnell Center, we were able to collaborate with them to come out and do these exercises.
The Holistic Stress Control Institute partnered with HGD participants to educate them on nutrition, stress management, Tai Chi, and wellness.
We are teaching seniors how to do Spring Forest Qigong exercises, to produce and maintain healing in the body.
The Holistic Stress Control Institute was established to provide stress control, management, and training services to children and adults. The organization received a grant to conduct the program with seniors. And finally, in District 7, the Palmetto Neighborhood Senior Center gets a memorial garden thanks to the fundraising efforts of seniors. For nearly 7 years, seniors raised $50,000 by conducting barbecues and other events in the community. Patty Wiley, the center's manager, describes this accomplishment as a dream come true.
We have so many people that were here with us for so long that made such a big difference in the community and with the senior center. And this is just kind of like a living memory of each and every one of those people.
District 7 Commissioner William Bill Edwards served as a guest speaker at the historical event.
Beyond what the government does, it's always amazing to see how seniors come together with fundraisers and other ways of getting revenue and enhance what the government has already done. I find that to be the issue here at the Palmetto Senior Facility, where now they have developed a memorial garden with its own gazebo.
The Palmetto Memorial Garden contains bricks with names of seniors who have passed away and seating areas. With this week's District by District coverage, I'm Darryl Pink.
Thank you very much. And still to come, the county's mobile market gets set to deliver fresh fruit and vegetables to your neighborhood. We'll have all of the details when we come back.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Portions of the following segment are part of the Fulton County Common Ground Initiative. Common Ground, the county's comprehensive solution to the problem of health disparities in the community.
Season 3 of delivering fresh fruits and vegetables is the focus of this week's Common Ground report. Minya Chester is the director of Cooperative Extension, and she's here now to tell us a little bit about this year's Fulton Mobile Fresh Farmers Market. Minya, welcome back to Fulton Today.
Thank you so much for having me. I am delighted to be here to talk about one of the county's most popular programs.
And how does the program work, and what's on tap for the kickoff?
The program is the county's initiative to address food deserts, and Cooperative Extension deals with nutrition and health, but this is just a different way for us to go in the community, for them to notice us, to give them things to try when they go home, and to give us feedback on how we can do better. We are delivering recipes, healthy recipes. We are delivering information on chronic diseases such as diabetes, hypertension, how to manage those chronic diseases, and we are also giving them a small bag of vegetables to go home and try with the recipes that we give them.
And this program has been widely praised. Talk about that.
We've received all kinds of awards for this program. We've received one from the University of Georgia. We also received an award from the Atlanta Regional Commission. We also received an award from the Arthur Blank Foundation, and that was in the form of a grant, and we've been awarded the grant again this year.
And so anything new on tap for year 3?
This year we have added 4 more locations. We have a total of 16 locations that we're doing this year. So we have 2 trucks running full blast with 16 locations. So we're going to be so very busy this summer.
And let me get you to wrap it up with your final thoughts.
Please contact the Cooperative Extension Office to see where the program will be near you, because we want everybody to come and learn how to eat healthy, how to prepare meals in a healthy manner. If you can't get to one of our programs, we can most definitely get you the recipes.
Minya, always a great story. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
2 mobile fresh food trucks deliver produce from area farmers to neighborhoods where good fresh food is hard to find. The county and its partners cover the cost of the program, which runs through late August. Now, for a schedule of deliveries, call the Cooperative Extension Office at 404-332-2400 or visit the website at ugaextension.com/Fulton. The College Park Health Center hosts the first in a series of community fairs to promote good health. The event was held to mark National Women's Health Week, but organizers say the services and information are for everyone.
We want ladies and gentlemen to actually receive screenings as early as possible. We're offering screenings today
to check your blood pressure, your glucose, and your HIV status. Also, you can also receive health information from various vendors and insurance information from WellCare, Peach State, and Amerigroup.
And for the first time at the Fulton Health Fair, instead of referrals, clients were able to get mammograms right there on the spot.
Ladies were pre-screened and they were pre-registered, and they were scheduled to come back here to this facility to receive their mammograms.
We target uninsured women, women that cannot afford to have their mammograms or any of the other services that we offer. We target women that are underinsured and women that are indigent. So that's very important, and we let people know of Fulton County in this region that we were going to be here and that we were going to offer those free services for them.
Plans for future on-site mammograms and screenings are in the works. Check the Health Services website at fultoncountygahealth.org for updates and dates and times and locations. Also in the works are ongoing outreach programs to try to rein in HIV and AIDS. In advance of National HIV Testing Day on June 27th, the Communicable Disease Prevention Branch of Health Services has its mobile testing van on the move. Because 20% of the people living with HIV don't know they have the disease, health officials are urging everyone to know their status.
The reason why somebody should be screened is, first of all, you need to know your status at all times, whether that's cholesterol, blood pressure, sexual transmitted. Knowing what's going on in one's body is always number one.
And while rates of infection are down among most groups, the virus continues to be a problem among gay men, experts say, and younger teens are being infected.
I can tell you from what I'm experiencing working at the satellite clinic, and working downtown at the Aldridge building, the numbers are quite high. And then working in collaborations with DeKalb County, we're finding our HIV count to be extremely high, and that's the reason why we're out and making our presence very known into the community.
If you're interested in knowing your HIV status, contact Fulton Health Services at 404-612-1211 for the location of clinics that offer testing. And check the Communicable Disease Prevention page on the website for the schedule of the mobile HIV testing unit. And up next, what does an ancient instrument and urban youth have in common? Find out when we come back.
You're watching Fulton Today.
A group of local teachers urging students to read this summer, yes, even on summer break. Atlanta Public School staff hosted the North Region Family Literacy Night at the Southwest Branch Library just before school let out. Art projects and one-on-one time with a librarian were some of the highlights. The activities were used to help children get familiar with their local library just in time for summer break.
Literacy Day is very important for our students to understand how literacy impacts their overall learning. It is important also for our students to understand the partnership with the library and the school, so in the summer while they're out having fun, they can utilize the library as a resource.
According to PBS.org, parents can help increase child literacy by choosing books related to upcoming summer activities and, of course, by visiting their local libraries. Now, check out summer activities going on at the Atlanta Fulton Public Library System by visiting their website. And this last story could really pull at your harp strings. It's the good work of the Urban Youth Harp Ensemble that brought beautiful music to the Southwest Art Center. According to the Urban Youth Harp Ensemble website, students and at-risk youth can gain confidence by playing the rare instrument, but it just may be the instructors who benefit the most.
Teaching for me, I always get more joy out of teaching somebody to play the harp. There's just something really special that happens teaching a student to play something that they kind of thought was impossible at first.
Students can attend more of these workshops next year at the Southwest Art Center. The Urban Youth Harp Ensemble receives funding from the Fulton County Arts Council. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to hear from you about the stories and programs here on FGTV. Go to our website to take a survey or email or call us. The number 404-612-8317. The email address is fgtv.feedback@fultoncountyga.gov. You can also follow us on twitter.com/FGTV, friend us on Facebook, and watch us on YouTube. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis. Thank you for joining us. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.